What's good, Facebook? How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Rob here, making a real quick live, kind of an important post or important live that I'm gonna, the topic that I'm gonna be talking about, and tell you about something I just did. So do me a favor though, before we get into it, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, leave me a comment. Let me know that you can see and hear me okay. What's up, Michelle? Even if you're watching the replay, just comment replay. Let me know that you're here, even if you're not here for the whole thing. But yeah, I want to tell you about something I just did. So I'm outside the gym. I'm about to go grab a workout, and I just got back from transferring some of my cash and my uncle's cash to silver. That's a silver coin there. You can see the Indian on the front of it, and I was able to get these for $26 each. So just a few dollars, $4 over the spot price of silver right now. And why I'm telling you this is because, why I did this is because all the shit that's going down in the financial world right now, you probably heard about it. There's a bank collapse, a couple banks collapsed, and then the government decided that we were going to bail them out, and that's just going to drive inflation higher, I'm told. And then I was listening to my pastor talking on Sunday, and he was saying how he just went to the grocery store and he spent $7 on a box of Captain Crunch. And I'm telling you guys, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of what's coming. 23 years ago, as I've made videos about this before, and I know this sounds weird, I get it, but I'm going to tell you because I'm 100% sure it happens. Not I think it's going to happen. I'm not an economist. I never knew why, but I knew that God told me 23 years ago. I got baptized in the Holy Spirit. I prophesied. God said that we go into an economic collapse, and the dollar, the money in your wallet, is going to become worthless. That's what happens. So guys, listen, it's not too late, but transfer your money into something else. Some people say crypto. I don't know enough about crypto I do have a little bit of crypto, very little, but I don't know enough to know that it will do well when the shit hits the fan. This, silver and gold, is going to do very well, and you can get it relatively cheap. And some people go, well, what am I going to do with silver if that happens? You trade it back in for dollars. If the dollar goes down, silver's going to go up, and then you can trade it back in rather than just hold the dollars and lose the buying power. We're talking about not a little bit. Like the money's already losing its value. When it costs $7 to buy a box of Captain Crunch, the money's losing its value. It's already happening. And with all these bailouts and all the, everything that's going on, I don't know. Again, I'm not an economist, but if you Google Triangle of Doom, it's a perfect storm coming for the economy. Some people say it's a new world order and they're trying to make America into a third world country. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it's just been reckless spending and, on the behalf of our government all these years. Some people say that because they kept interest rates artificially low for so long, and I don't know. I'm not saying I know why. All I'm saying is that it happens 100%. So if you have some money, prepare. Start a food pantry. Seriously, that's what I'm going to do this weekend. I'm going to put some shelves in my basement, and I'm going to start, putting food and water and things like that down there. In the Bible, in Revelations, it talks about that in the last days, that it's going to take a day's wages to buy a loaf of bread. Think about that. You're going to have to work an entire day to make enough money to buy one loaf of bread. I don't want to do that, I don't want to have to work a whole day to get a loaf of bread. Prepare. Okay, if I'm wrong, awesome, right? Great if I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm 100% sure I heard this. I know it sounds crazy, but when it happens, look, if you're on my friends list, if you're watching this video right now, you're on my friends list, so I'm assuming that we're friends. And as a friend, I'm giving you a warning. I'm telling you, prepare. Transfer some of your money to precious metals. Maybe some people say crypto. Start a food pantry. Just with the way things are going, just get yourselves ready. That's my warning to you. If you don't know how to do this, if you don't know where to buy silver, drop the word silver in the comments and I'll point you in the right direction. I wish I had more money, to be honest, because I've spent my time building City Fam and writing the book, not making money. So I'm doing what I can with the little bit that I have. So, I would suggest you do the same. So that's it. I'm going to go back to the comments here and look. Mike Harris, what's up, bro? Karen Holgate Smart, she said, thank you. Ricardo Rubio, what's up, old friend? How's Florida? Melinda Jackson, Amy Lynn, Tony Gerasio, Craig Blinky. I know Craig, he's a prepper. Lisa Weber, Elaine says already prepared. Dan Mosley. Yeah, that's it, guys. So I never knew when or why. God didn't tell me when it was going to happen or why it was going to happen or how or any of that. He just told me it was. And now I see it's happening. It's all, this happened in Argentina. I don't know what year it was. I want to say it was like around early 2000s. They were the strongest economy in South America, and the currency collapsed, and it became like a third world country, and murders shot through the roof, and crime and kidnappings, and like literally got to the point where people were so hungry they were eating like the cats, the stray cats and pigeons. Like that's, I'm not saying it's going to happen here like that. I'm just saying don't be so naive to think it can't. Because people, we lived in America for so long, and it's been very prosperous, that we think, it could never happen. Listen, it could, and it's going to. I mean, I'm telling you, as someone that got a prophetic word, and I'm not crazy. I know that God told me this. So buy some food, buy some precious metals. Again, if I'm wrong, great. But, I watched the video the other day, and he said the most dangerous thing you could do right now is leave your money in the bank. Because that's what happened in Argentina. When this shit collapsed, when that shit hit the fan, they locked the banks. You couldn't even get your money. And when you could get your money, the money was losing value so fast that when you went to the grocery store, you had to get your things and run to the front because the prices were changing that fast. So, there's a lot behind this that I don't know. There's something called the de-dollarization. If you Google it, it'll explain it, where our dollar used to be connected to petroleum by Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia would only accept dollars for oil. They just got off of that. So now all these countries that were holding the dollar are going to start giving them back because they don't need them anymore. And supply and demand. I'm not saying, again, that's how it happens because I'm not an economist. I don't know. I'm just saying it does happen because I heard it 23 years ago, and I'm not crazy. So that's what I would do. Silver's cheap right now. And, sit on it. Make it an insurance policy. I mean, I'm not taking everything I have out of cash because I need cash to live. But, hedge your bets is what I'm suggesting. So, Nikki Mullins, how are you? What's up, Jason Polifrini? Melinda says, I've been preparing a pantry. I would have, I don't, but I'm going to. I would like to have at least 6 months worth of food. That would probably be smart, We're getting a shotgun for home protection, too. Vicki McHenry said, I'm preparing, but at the same time, I know God is going to look out for his faithful. I agree that God's going to look out for his faithful, no doubt, but, God, there's nothing wrong with exercising wisdom. For example, when Joseph knew that there was a famine coming, he saved a nation because he told people, and they stored up. He didn't just go, we'll just trust God when it happens. You know what I'm saying? He prepared, and that's not having a lack of faith. That's just being smart. So I'm telling you right now, a famine's coming. I don't know how long it's going to last. Prepare. Lots of water, too. Good point, Melinda. That's the other thing, because I read the book by a guy in Argentina called Surviving the Economic Collapse. And when this meltdown happens, what's going to, normal things that normally work, for example, just people fixing potholes or cleaning the water so you make sure you have clean water coming out of your tap, those things could break down because maybe they're not funded or whatever reason. So it would be smart to have water. Yeah, she said they're going to try to control the water. And I'm sure behind it all is something about control. Karen Holgate said, order 3 months of food from 4 Patriots. It will last 25 years. 3 months of food from 4 Patriots. How will 3 months of food last 25 years? I don't get that one, but that's smart. Yeah, be wise. That's all I'm suggesting. That's what Rome thought. Melissa Hardman, Nikki Hartnett, how are you? Linda Romero, Patrick Matthew, what's up? Matthew Sizemore, thanks for that comment, Patrick. Learn how to make things from scratch. That's great. Learn how to fish, learn how to hunt, I would buy some seeds, in all honesty. I don't know. Even as I'm saying it, I'm like, this sounds crazy. Like I sound like Chicken Little, the sky's falling. I don't want to, I hate to be a doomsday. I'm not that kind of guy. I like everybody to be in a good mood, and I want to tell you about the next party. But I'm telling you, 23 years ago, I got this piece of information, and I'm trying to warn people, and what it feels like, in all honesty, because I'm telling my family and my friends that I know that have significant amounts of money, I'm like trying to warn them because I feel like I'm on the Titanic, and I already know that it hits the iceberg, and I can't convince people to get on lifeboats. No matter what I say, they don't listen. So I guess for what it's worth, I'm doing this video because I want to say I did my part. I tried to tell everybody. I did my best to get the word out, and that's all I'm trying to do. Dan Cashin, how are you? Jessica Lister Moore. Elaine said God shows the way through everything. Yeah, absolutely. And the best thing you could do, in all honesty, above everything that I said, is cultivate your relationship with God. Get close to Him, because when this shit hits the fan, that is going to be the safest place to be. He might, you got to learn to hear His voice, because, Jesus says, "My sheep know my voice." He might tell you, "Hey, go to this person's house. Hey, get in your car, drive here now, like to avoid something." Or, he'll guide you and direct you when this happens, I believe. I know He will. Not I believe. He will. But if you don't know His voice because you never cultivated that relationship, you won't know. You're just going to be out here scrambling around on your own trying to make decisions. And that's not going to be a safe place to be. So I would definitely work on my relationship with God above everything that I said. How do you do that? Just like you work on a relationship with anybody else. You spend time with them. So that's why I do quiet time in the morning, every morning. I sit down and spend a little bit of time, recenter myself, try to tune myself into His frequency. I listen. I vent sometimes. I ask for things. I ask for, clarity on different things, and I worship sometimes. And that it's not complicated. You just got to be intentional about it. Craig says, apnea.com to buy silver. Okay, good. I don't know about that site. I usually use Monex. There's another one called Goldco I just was in contact with. Jackie Wasson, it's good to have land to grow food and water. Yeah, the only thing with that is, if you live in a residential area like I do, they're just going to hop the fence and steal your food, right? Like when people get hungry, crime is going to get real bad. It's going to get crazy, and people are not going to think twice about stealing your vegetables. Patrick Matthews said beef jerky, tuna, nuts. Yeah, definitely. I got lots of tuna fish. Beans, rice, things like that. I think nobody's going to have to worry about being on a low-carb diet. When all this happens, you're just going to be like, I don't want to be hungry. But yeah, that's great. Beef jerky, yeah. And my sister said actually pickling because it preserves the nutrients, and I don't know much about that. So, Sherry Jenkins Talbot. I love 4-Patriot. It has a shelf life of 25 years. Oh, I see what you bought 3 months of food and it lasts for 25 years. Gotcha. It doesn't go bad. Smart. Christy Oswald, Claudine Barrett, Bachelor, Meg Carter. Hey, Meg. Love you too, bro. Thanks, Jason. Read and pray. Yep, Dan. Nilda. Hi, Nilda. Leela. Hi, Leela Shaw. Pemmican Ultimate Survival Food. I'll have to Google that one. So that's it. That's my suggestions for you. Okay, I will tell you one last thing before we get off. So I was at the place where I bought the silver, and the guy told me pick up as much Vietnamese dong as you can. It's their currency. They're going to revalue their currency soon, and he said it's going to shoot up. It's going to increase. I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but I am going to look into it because I want to hedge my bets. I don't have a lot, but I do know that the shit's going to hit the fan 100%. Don't know, I believe silver's going to do really well when that happens. Definitely going to need, groceries. That's a guarantee. As far as foreign currencies, you can look into it. I'm going to look into it. And he also said the Iraqi dinar. He has the other currency for some reason that was supposed to do well. But anyway, I know this is not my normal video, but felt obligated to warn everybody. So, love you guys. In this together.